The samurai of feudal Japan have long captured the world's imagination, embodying ideals of honor, skill, and loyalty. Among these revered warriors, the Ronin stand apart, masterless samurai whose lives were shrouded in both mystique and misunderstanding. These figures, often romanticized in literature and film, represent a complex and fascinating aspect of Japanese history. In this exploration into the life of a Ronin, we aim to unravel the layers of myth and reality that surround these legendary warriors. The term Ronin, literally meaning wave man, suggests a life adrift, unanchored without a lord or master to serve. This metaphorical drifting was not just a physical journey, but also a social and moral one, as Ronin navigated the turbulent waters of feudal Japanese society. Their existence was a direct result of the tumultuous Sengoku and Edo periods, eras marked by war, political upheaval, and social change. These masterless samurai were often romanticized as noble wanderers, upholding the ideals of Bushido, the samurai code, in a changing world. However, the reality of their lives was frequently far more complex and challenging. This article seeks to provide a balanced view, separating the embellished tales from historical truths. We will delve into the myths that have grown around Ronin, examine the realities of their daily lives, and understand their impact on Japanese culture and society. Through this, we hope to paint a more nuanced picture of these iconic figures of feudal Japan. The term Ronin in feudal Japan signified much more than just a wave man or a wandering samurai without a lord. It represented a complex social and cultural phenomenon unique to the period. Here's a more detailed look at what being a Ronin entailed. Origins of the Ronin. The concept of Ronin emerged during the Sengoku period, a time of intense civil war and social upheaval in Japan. This period saw the rise and fall of many lords and samurai, leading to an increased number of masterless samurai. Legal and social standing. Legally, Ronin were samurai who had lost their daimyo, feudal lord, due to various reasons: death, disgrace, or political shifts. Without a daimyo to serve, these warriors were often seen as social outcasts, living on the fringes of the strictly hierarchical Japanese society. Life as a Ronin. Life for a Ronin was often precarious. They had to navigate a life without the financial and social support structures provided by a lord. Many Ronin faced poverty, and their status as masterless samurai often forced them into lives of wandering, seeking employment as mercenaries or bodyguards. Skill set and training. While popular culture often portrays Ronin as master swordsmen, their skills varied widely. Some were highly trained in martial arts and strategy, while others might have had only basic training. Their status as Ronin often meant they had to continually hone their skills to remain employable. Cultural perception. In literature and folklore, Ronin were often romanticized as wandering heroes or tragic figures. They symbolized the ideals of loyalty and honor, albeit in a world that no longer had a place for them. This romantic image contrasts sharply with the harsh realities many Ronin faced. In summary, the life of a Ronin in feudal Japan was marked by a complex interplay of social exclusion, survival, and a rigid code of honor. They were products of their tumultuous times, navigating a world that had shifted beneath their feet. The figure of the Ronin in popular culture is surrounded by numerous myths and romanticized portrayals, often obscuring the true nature of their existence in feudal Japan. Here are some key myths, along with explanations to provide a clearer picture. Myth of the noble outlaw. One common misconception is that all Ronin were noble outlaws, upholding justice and moral codes in a corrupt world. While some stories, like the tale of the 47 Ronin, reinforce this image, the reality was that many Ronin struggled with moral and ethical dilemmas, and not all chose the path of honor. Masters of the sword. It is often believed that every Ronin was an unparalleled swordsman. While many were skilled in combat, their level of expertise varied greatly. Some were indeed formidable warriors, but others had more modest abilities and often relied on other skills to survive. Wanderers by choice. There's a romantic notion that Ronin chose the wandering lifestyle for the sake of freedom. In truth, most Ronin would have preferred the stability and honor of serving a lord. Their wandering was more often a necessity than a choice, driven by the need to find work and sustain themselves. Agents of vengeance. The belief that Ronin commonly sought vengeance for their fallen lords is largely a myth. While the story of the 47 Ronin is a famous example, it was an exception. Most Ronin were more concerned with survival and finding a new lord than pursuing vendettas. Living outside society. Another myth is that Ronin lived completely outside of society, isolated from social structures. In reality, many tried to integrate into society in various ways, whether through mercenary work, joining religious orders, or even settling into farming life. Universal respect. The idea that Ronin were universally respected for their skills and honor is misleading. Their status varied greatly depending on their actions, skills, and the attitudes of those they interacted with. Some were respected, but others were viewed with suspicion or disdain. In summary, the life of a Ronin was far more nuanced and complex than popular myths suggest. Their existence was shaped by the realities of feudal Japan, blending elements of freedom, hardship, honor, and sometimes infamy. The life of a Ronin in feudal Japan was far from the romanticized portrayals often seen in modern media. It was a life marked by uncertainty, adaptation, and often hardship. Here's a closer look at various aspects of their reality. Economic hardships. Many Ronin faced significant financial struggles. Without the steady income and support provided by a feudal lord, they often lived in poverty. This economic hardship forced many to take on various jobs, some even unrelated to their skills as warriors. Diverse roles in society. Contrary to the image of the lone wanderer, Ronin occupied a variety of roles in society. Some found work as mercenaries or bodyguards, others turned to teaching martial arts, and a few even engaged in artistic pursuits like calligraphy or poetry. Their adaptability in taking on different roles was key to their survival. Cultural and social impact. Despite their often precarious social standing, Ronin had a significant cultural impact. They were central figures in literature and drama, embodying themes of loyalty, honor, and the tragic consequences of societal upheaval. Their stories and lives inspired many works of art and storytelling. Community and family life. Not all Ronin led solitary lives. Many maintained family ties and lived in communities, forming relationships and sometimes even acting as leaders or protectors. Their ability to form bonds and communities despite their masterless status is a testament to their resilience. Adapting to change. The Sengoku and Edo periods were times of great change in Japan. Ronin, as a product of these times, often had to adapt to changing social and political landscapes. This adaptability was crucial for their survival, whether it meant serving new lords, changing professions, or even participating in political movements. Moral and ethical dilemmas. Life as a Ronin involved navigating complex moral and ethical dilemmas. Without a lord to dictate their code of conduct, many faced challenging decisions about honor, loyalty, and survival. This aspect of their lives often put them at odds with the rigid samurai code of Bushido. In summary, the real-life experiences of Ronin were marked by diversity, adaptability, and often hardship. Their existence sheds light on the complexities of feudal Japanese society and the human capacity to endure and adapt in changing circumstances. As we conclude our exploration into the lives of Ronin, it becomes clear that these figures were much more than the simplistic stereotypes often depicted in popular culture. The Ronin of feudal Japan were products of their turbulent times, navigating a world that was rapidly changing and often unforgiving. Their existence challenges the romantic notion of the wandering, noble warrior and reveals a more intricate tapestry of survival, adaptability, and human resilience. The journey of understanding the Ronin takes us through a landscape marked by economic hardship, societal shifts, and personal dilemmas. These masterless samurai were not just warriors without lords, they were individuals facing the realities of life outside the structured support of feudal lordship. Their diverse roles in society, from mercenaries to artisans, and their impact on Japanese culture, literature, and drama, underscore their significance beyond the battlefield. Moreover, the story of the Ronin speaks to broader themes of honor, loyalty, and the struggle to maintain one's ideals in the face of adversity. It reflects the complexities of the human experience, especially in times of social upheaval. The Ronin, in their own unique way, mirrored the struggles and changes of the society they lived in. In conclusion, the life of a Ronin was not just a footnote in the annals of Japanese history, it was a mirror reflecting the complexities of human nature and societal change. Through understanding the true stories of these masterless samurai, we gain insights not only into the fabric of feudal Japan, but also into the enduring qualities that define the human spirit in times of change and uncertainty.